right, here we go. Here we go. Go shove up and heal for everybody. Oh, there we are. Join the dad out of the gate. What else is new? Hi, how you doing, everybody? Right back to the old ways again. Hope you guys are doing well. Thanks so much for tuning in. Figure we get back to some good old shovel up and heels. By the way, this is me wearing my Mount Shasta trucker hat. I got it on a retreat once, and everybody said, "You're going to get a hat?" And I say, "I'm going to get a hat." Also, the accent came with the hat, which is why I'm wearing the hat, because I wanted to do the accent. Because, you know, America. When we're not beating up hockey players, we're being better citizens by deporting them. See Tom Hanks getting crap? I love it. Oh, gosh. Stop animation. New deck. How exciting. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You know, I'm going to do this. So I want to actually think. I think his name is Roger. Roger works at Spectrum. He's in the small business tech department, and he and I did a bunch of troubleshooting. And I gotta admit, the guy knew his stuff, right? Yeah, that's how they get you. That's it, everybody. So I'm beginning to realize that there's actually a real deficiency in one of the products that I have, because, you know, Spectrum's like, well, we just tell you we're going to provide it. We're not going to tell you the whole thing. So here's the component here. Tech gremlins be damned. We have new equipment on its way. I hope that by this time next week, everything's installed and everything is up to date. In the meantime, we're just going to have to fight through this the way we're doing it. So what we got to do, I got everything shut off. I got a two-way stream going here. I got everything and anything that we might need, right? So I hope you enjoyed the show last night. Just to give you guys, got caught up with Penny, had a great conversation. Somebody gave her a heads up. Thanks, Jim. I see her work. Gave her a heads up that I had mentioned something about our time together. And it was, you know, we just caught up like anything else. Like, you know, two friends going, yeah, no, it wasn't our best. It wasn't a good look. Yeah, you were this and I was that. And everybody was whatever. And, you know, in a moment of inspiration, that's what friends do, man. They get past it. They see it for what it is. They grow and everything else. But I wanted to share this with you too. We're going to dive into the cards here. And I know last night you guys gave me a little bit of information, or you gave me a little bit of opportunity to talk about what Sandy's class has coming up. It's a fun class. It's a crystal healing certification. And the other thing is that I have a message circle on Thursday night. So many of you are across the country. And yeah, I'm going to be delivering quick 2-minute reads here. And that's kind of cool. I'm going to be pulling out the tarot deck. I'm going to be doing out one of these. Ooh. I love that. How about that for stop animation? You know, and then we got self-love is the basis of all love, and we're going to be able to do this. Jim, total shout out for you. And I'm going to be using an oracle deck here. I'm going to be using one of the Starseed oracles. You know, that's kind of fun. Illuminous, Humanist is also floating around here, but I'm going to use the Starseed today. And then I've got a new one. Oh, I'm just gonna tease that. I don't know if the freeze frame was able to see it. Maybe I'll hold it for a second, and then maybe you'll see it again. Wild Reflection still in the wrapper. I'm gonna unload it, old school, like it's a pack of baseball cards. We're gonna see what's on the inside of it. We're gonna do some shuffle up and heal with it, but it's actually very important to one of the announcements here. So first and foremost, I want to tell you about the message circle on Thursday night. Plenty of good seats available. That is to say, only a few people are in. So that means that you're going to get some time with me, hang out. I'll share signs, you know, connections, reads, who's doing what. I actually put the tarot deck away. Just me and spirit. We just hang out. I mean, the tarot are never too far away. But we're going to talk to dead people. Nothing but dead people. And yes, I'll get rid of my trucker hat for you. Unless, of course, you want me to wear it. Special request. I'm more than a medium. So please sign up for that. Go to the website. Oh, by the way, I'll put those right here. Do you like the cards? Because I kind of like that you like the cards. And yes, I'm up to something. Of course I'm up to something. I'm always up to something. tbrandonruss.com. You can go ahead and get signed up for that. And like I mentioned, Sandy, she's got a certification class coming up in a week, 2 weeks from yesterday. You're going to email her at crystalsforthejourney@gmail.com. You can also connect with her on Facebook if you look up Crystals for the Journey. All of those things come together. Oh, I'm seeing you guys jump right on. So wonderful. So wonderful. But here we go. You guys ready for a little drum roll? Drum roll, please. I am here to please and announce that tbrandonruss.com, More Than a Medium Enterprises, Pages and Cups for Everyone, that's a new thing. Oh, I, if nothing else, I evolve. You guys should know that by now. I am not static. I am not without change. I am not without new and cutting edge ideas. Oh no. We are here to introduce a brand new club. Now, this club is a lot of fun. This club is about you being able to be part of it. I had to push publish. Now I just got to make sure it's out there. This is the one thing I meant to do before I got on. But instead my bladder called. That's the other one thing I had to do. And sure enough, true to form, we're going to go back to the beginning and we're going to talk about tarot. Because you can be in the inaugural, the initial, the number one introductory class for the Brandon Russ More Than a Medium Tarot Club. And you're like, B, what are you saying? I think what I'm saying is this right here. This right here, everybody. Coming your way, May 2025. You can be part of the monthly tarot club. Now, what do you get with this? Well, let me just upsell you to a point where you just don't, hold on. Quit throwing your money at me. Calm down. Let me tell you what you're getting first. First of all, you are going to get a new deck every month. It could be tarot, it could be oracle. The price per month. Anyways, let me get to the price here in a second. But you're going to get an awesome deck, handpicked by me. And we're going to do what we're doing right here, but we're going to do it behind the scenes. We're going to learn together. You're going to be part of my class. You're going to be part of the whole kit and caboodle, where you're going to get me in a closed caption to be able to say, like, all right, B, what does this mean? Right? You're going to get a recording, me opening the deck, pushing it apart, all that other good stuff. And then you're going to get discounts on all the stuff I got coming towards you. It's going to be a lot of fun, including free classes, to be able to talk about the decks that we're dealing with. We're going to have oracle decks. We're going to have tarot decks. Before you know it, within a year, you're going to get a dozen of these decks, and you're going to be like, what in the heck fire am I doing? I'm going to go pro. And then I'm going to say, okay, I'll help you go pro. That's what we're going to do. You're going to love it because we're going to be able to talk tarot all the time because I know you love it. By the way, Shuffle Up and Heal. What a great logo name. By the way, I did see that somebody else is doing a Shuffle Up and Heal, and I politely let them know that me first, but if you choose to do that, understand that I'm going to differentiate from what you do and what I do. I mean, do your own thing. Call it whatever you want, but if you're going to infringe on my name, I'm going to do this. So right now, if you go to the website, right now, you can sign up. It is $36.90 a month. $369. Thank you very much, Nicole and Tesla. Let's work with the organic, natural, high vibrational, sacred energy here at the $36.90. By the way, what you get one of these, you get yourself a class. Oh, and by the way, I got stuff around here. You'll get tchotchke stuff. You'll get fun stuff that I can just be like, hey, here you go. I'll have one of these. tarot related, crystal related, whatever. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Oh, and by the way, you'll be on the special club side of it, and I'm going to be able to say, like, hey, I've got a class coming up, but hey, here's a discount for you. Here's an opportunity for you to be a part of things and learn a little bit more. But since you're already in the club, you'll get a discount. Kind of fun stuff, isn't it? It's kind of cool. $36.90. It is. And by the way, when you sign up for it, it's going to talk about a 14-day trial. That 14-day trial will actually get you into March, which means that it won't charge you again until April. That's how the system works. Fingers crossed with how it rolls. And guess what? You are going to get a little sticker that's going to sit right next to all your stuff. Whenever you sign up for things, that's going to say initial tarot member. Because, I'm in a pomp and circumstance a little bit. I don't want to trademark Shuffle Up and Heal. I have so many other things to trademark. But Shuffle Up and Heal is something that is, well, what I do. And just because I don't do it for a week doesn't mean that it's up for sale. But people don't kind of like that. So, without further ado, wackadoo. I got a lot of hair. I hope you join. Go to the website, tbrandonruss.com. You can be in the inaugural. These decks are anywhere from $25 to $40 a piece. You're getting a bargain out of the gate. You're going to get add-on stuff to it. There's no reason why, if you're really serious about expanding your decks, this is great. I'm handpicking them. You're going to see them in action in the Shuffle Up and Heals. You're also going to have an opportunity to work with me one-on-one. I can't think of a better day. I don't know. I like to work with myself all the time. Sometimes a little bit too much and often in the shower, but we don't get into that right now. That's personal and not for YouTube content. Some of you are laughing. Some of you are groaning. I take it all. So you are shoppy on this end. Yeah, Janet, it is some of the equipment. It is what we're going to have to deal with. Shuffle Up and Steal. That's funny. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove this, and then I'm going to remove from the studio, and then I'm going to see how this looks. Yeah, there's only so much I'm going to be able to do here. This is just the way the system's going to be until the new equipment comes in. I have decided to bite the bullet. I'm spending some money on it because this is my livelihood. I think if I get rid of, honestly, if I get rid of the other one, last night's live actually went very well technically. It had a couple of glitches. But I'm really realizing that these routers are really for, like, as much as it's for business, it's not for video conferencing. So I'm going to upgrade it again. We're going to do what we got to do. We're going to be a business about it. We're not going to complain and blame. That's not a growth mindset. We're going to identify and fix, which is what we're doing here. And yeah, last night was pretty clear, but the you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually remove this, and then I'm going to eliminate it for a little bit. Can I stop the camera? It looks like it won't let me. It can stop the camera. See if I clean up then. Am I cleaned up a little bit more? Huh. All right, I'm going to try this. This is one thing that the guy told me to give a whirl to. Yeah, see, this guy was spot on. This guy actually really knew his stuff. He was really invested in making sure that I knew and I could get my stuff done. No, it's not a gaming setup, but that is what I'm going to be looking to do. I'm going to actually do this quick settings thing. I may go dark for a second. Just don't worry. I'm going to be right back, guys. He told me to try this. He said, oh, glitch for a second. And when I come back, we're going to unwrap this. Let's Okay. Is this better? Is this better? I'm just saying that all I needed to do was just kind of do a little bit of step down underneath the fifth wheel, and then I was able to kind of do the hooker thing and pull the thing up, and then I like pulled it all together. And this way, when I do the unveiling of this whole thing, then we're able to kind of do this. Huzzah! It looks like we're back in business, everybody, and it looks like we're only glitching just a little bit. Oh yeah, I took the paddles to it, quite frankly. By the way, total shout out to Small Town Titans. They have a really cool, fun short that they do where they pull the barcode off of products. I want them to do a bunch of my products that are coming out. So I'm talking to them about doing the riff for the new book coming out. How cool is that? But if you get a chance, look up Small Town Titans. They do a whole bunch of things like Willet's riff, and it's fun. They're in transition right now. They're getting a new guitarist. No, I can't join a band in Pennsylvania right now. But what I can do is really support those guys, right? Yeah, totally. Totally. My hat. I just, and then I poked it like a bear. Let's see if I can add on the other one here. This is where we have to kind of, and listen, I am still a little glitchy. Like the glitch is still going to happen a little bit, but let's be honest, we're kind of a little bit of lighthead away. So you see how like when I add in the other camera, it kind of doesn't do that. That's where the challenge is, right? So yeah, you're getting a Shecky too. So all right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna stop the camera. We're just gonna be on B here for a second. By the way, the photo shoot is next week with the long hair. Maybe I can move off of it. Maybe I can't. Some of you are fans. I hear from you. I understand. But I'm just going to tell you, it's a lifestyle choice. And if I'm ever going to live, in a warmer climate, I can't have hair down my ass. I think it was Vince Neil that said, if it's not my hair, it's not my dare. So here we go. You ready? This is a professional way to open a new deck of tarot. I'm not going to tell you your business. You could have, you could have a pocket knife. You could have a letter opener. You could have a lot of things. I like to kind of poke a hole in it with a pen and then do the twisty thing. Because somewhere in all of this is my 12-year-old sensibilities. And they still won't let me have anything sharper than a ballpoint. So a couple of things that jump out at me about this deck, which is why this is the first deck in the monthly tarot deck. And by the way, be a friend. Be a friend. You support the channel. You support all that we do. Look at this. That's what teeth are for. No, teeth are for something else, hon. What, Brandon? No. Anyways. Do you clean the decks before we use them? You know we will. I got my smudge right over. I got my feather. I got my fire. We got it. So one of the things I'm going to point out to you when you unbox this is it. First of all, take a look at the edges. It's gold. It looks good. Do you sniff it first? Yeah. There's a lot going on there. Unlock the sacred mysteries of tarot. So I like this deck for a couple of reasons. One, great artwork. I try and stay away sort of thing. I got my trusty pen again. We're going to break the seal. We're going to crack this puppy open. Now, the difference between a tarot and an oracle deck is a tarot deck is going to be the exact same, whether it's a tarot deck by XYZ or OBG or DFF or whoever. Tarot is tarot. Tarot is 78 cards. An oracle deck can be anywhere from 33 to 150. It can be whatever number it is that you want. They have brokered with me to say that this is tarot, right? This is tarot. And I really like this. They also have some cool stuff. You get another gift with this. They got a QR code, ways to follow them. I'm not going to show it because I don't want to. I want to make sure that they get their run because we are purchasing these in bulk. We've worked it out with Y-Spell to be able to get these decks in. And listen, you look for the big four, right? The big four are going to be what the four elements are. So in traditional tarot, you have cups, you have wands, you have swords, and you have pentacles, right? Each one of those represent the different elements. You have fire, you have air, you have water, you have earth. That will not change. And it will be some representation of each one of those in how it is that you want to, view it. Now, right out of the gate, they're going to use, one of the reasons why I did choose this is because I actually like that they stayed with things like the cups, things like they did stay with, they didn't get cutesy with the title, the Nine of Pentacles is here. The, the Seven of Swords. It's just their interpretation to it. And learning the deck, the only way you're really going to get there is if you work with it. And whenever I coach somebody with tarot, I always tell them do a 3-card spread every day. Whether you want to or not, you're going to do a 3-card spread, right? With that, and by the way, you can use playing cards, Black Belt, but recognize you're only using 56 cards, 52 cards, right? You're not even using the full 56 because your Jack has to double down as both Page and Cups. And actually, it's interesting because when playing cards actually came to be to hide the tarot deck, because it was basically the minor arcana along with the court cards. And one of the ways that they would show, and they would say, oh, well, this isn't really truly a tarot because there's a Jack. There's not a Jack and a Jill or a Page and a Knight. It's just the Jack. Well, if you notice, the one-eyed Jacks were supposed to be the representation of the Pages, and then the two-eyed Jacks were supposed to be the representation of the Knights. And depending upon if they were upside down or right side up, there were elements connected to that as to whether you had the Page or the Knight. So again, deep-seated history with this, with even natural playing cards, but you are missing the major arcana. But if you're working with a deck of playing cards, it can help you with what the minor arcana is intended to do, which is help you with decisions, steps along the way. By the way, I'm not letting any of this free stuff slow me down. I'm just going to keep going, right? That's kind of cool. Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, people are like having fun, right? All right, so couple of cards. I just want to make sure we look at the deck. Oh, I already got a favorite card here. I'm going to pull out that one. I'm going to take out a couple of select ones. Just want to be able to show this. Ooh, he's kind of badass. And yeah, I like the symbolism of this. I think you guys are going to like how this goes. Oh, we're going to pull out the strength card. Oh, yeah. They did an interesting thing with this. They did an interesting thing with this. So they have the cups when you first open it, and then they have the major arcana. And then they go through the other suits. I think they went swords and what have you. So here's an interesting thing. So right out of the, and by the way, those of you that don't know, this week, starting tomorrow at about noon, we go into the Pisces. We're moving into Pisces season here, and I'm going to show you the 8 of Cups, I think. I'm going to show you the 8 of Cups here. So the 8 of Cups, how cool is that? So the 8 of Cups is actually about mitigating loss, right? It's about the things that, like you're almost there, but you might have to reconstruct it, right? And that's kind of interesting. I'm trying to keep up with all your comments here. And I want to show you 4 of Pentacles as well. So just to kind of give you a feel, the different points of view that they have here. they put the pentacles right in there, which is also accurate because in the Rider Waite, right? The Rider Waite, the Four of Pentacles is about trying to keep your energy near. It's actually a conservation of energy, and sometimes it keeps you from expanding. This one I thought was kind of fun. They use both swords and quivers or arrows as this here. And they have, this is a Knight of Swords. How kind of rebel without a cause is this one? Let me make sure that we get this kind of right there. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Like, that's the kind of detail we're dealing with. And then this one too, also the Four of Wands. I kind of like this. I like this for a lot of reasons. Anytime Wilson Phillips breaks out one of their friends and says, hey, let's go hang out and party, that's kind of fun. Celebration card. It's actually very appropriate. Very cool having the dancers there. Let's take a look at a couple of a major arcana. How about the Strength card? By the way, I seem to be pulling 8s and 4s today. I don't know whose birthday is April 8th or August the 4th, but you're showing up all over the place, right? He did kind of look like Zelensky, didn't it? So the Strength card, I really like some of these. These are beautiful cards. And this one's going to have a favorite for sure. How about the High Priestess? Look at that. And you know what I really like? Wow, look at that interpretation. These cards are beautiful. By the way, sign up today. I'm going to give you guys a hint. I'm only going to have 50 people in this club, so you're going to want to sign up before everybody else. I don't mean to be a salesman about this, but I am not interested in, you got divorced on 4-8. Well, maybe that counts. But I'm not interested in having 1,000 people necessarily in the group. I want to make sure it's a little bit limited. The thing I like about this High Priestess is, first of all, it's got all the representation that you want in it. But instead of the book, it's got the stairs. Stairway to knowledge, maybe? Help us understand ourselves better, that there's something beyond it. By the way, anytime a staircase comes into spiritual writings, staircases traditionally represent a knowledge base on another level for you to elevate your game. I'm going to be shuffling these hard. I'm going to give them a little smudge here. And I do think I have to go off camera here for a second because I don't see my lighter. Then I have to light stuff on fire. Which, let's be honest. When a judge says to you, would you like to be able to light things on fire or go near a Chuck E. Cheese? I said, let me light shit on fire. Your piece is just not good. Well, Heather, it's interesting. This is for anybody that wants to really get involved with us. I'm going to let you know. This is also coinciding another release I'm going to have over the summer, which is my Art and Science of Tarot. And the discount that you're going to want to be a part of is going to be for the new reference guide for tarot, along with the entire coursework. So this is so you can get into tarot, but it's also how you can expand with tarot, really understand how to read it. By the way, if you've taken any classes with me, I really like the reel. I like to kind of go through things. By the way, how many licks does it take to get to the center of Tootsie Pop roll? 1, 2, 3. Well, how many times do you have to shuffle before you really mix up cards? Well, I've consulted Spirit on this, and I'm here to tell you, you go until you're comfortable. You go until you think you don't have to deal with it anymore. And what's also interesting about working with tarot as well, they'll tell you. Did you see me freeze right there? Oh, also, my eyebrows. Nobody said anything about my eyebrows. That's one of the other things about letting your hair grow long. Your eyebrows go out of control. I'm doing a little Boris Yeltsin thing here. Hold on a second. It's asking me if I want to stay online. Is that good? Is that good? See if this cleans it up at all. Oh, gosh. Here's to hoping. So, yeah, this is the first deck out of the Tarot of the Month Club. Hope you guys join along. It'll give a chance for us to work together a little bit more. And have fun. Have fun with it. You know, if you pull out like the Death card, the Ten of Swords, the Judgment card, the Tower, all in a row, what's the worst that's going to happen to you today? I mean, really, it's just going to give you a heads up that something's coming. How are you going to act or react? It's going to, I mean, is anything bad going to happen? I don't think so, but I'll get my own ride. I'll tell you that much. Like, ooh, you got those cards, huh? Just kidding, guys. Let me enjoy this. You know, I think I'm going to skip the Rider-Waite. No, I think the Rider-Waite will give us a good, give us a good comparison, actually. I'm doing an in-house audit right now. I think I'm going to keep them. Oh, by the way, negotiated some time down in Austin. Those of you in Texas, I'm going to be spending some time down there. I'm going to be a headliner for a group in Austin. Wonderful shop I've discovered down there. They have some grand opening stuff going on. They have a very vibrant community down there. And it's a way to expand my Texas friends, if you will. I think what I'm frustrated about with this, threading would be good. Wax. Are you guys like giving me like eyebrow tips? Is that what this is? Yeah, you know, I like that a lot, Janet. There are different ways to shuffle the deck. I'm doing this like I'm about to, you know, deal a hold'em hand. You know, I'm like getting them good and shuffled. Also, the other thing that I may do too is I'll spread them out. You know, I'll really kind of spread them out. I don't want to do that here because I don't want to, you know, go off camera too much. I am going to do a little bit of smudging. Hang on for just a second. And I'm going to get this guy back on here. Torture the Tarot Reader looks popular. Jesus, you guys are rough today. You guys are rough. And I'm guys. So here we go. Where am I? Oh, we'll switch it up a little bit. So for me, anytime you work with something new, and here's a philosophy that we're connecting here, is everything has energy, right? And by the way, the people that touched this deck before me had energy. Good, bad, or indifferent. We're not judging it. But we also don't want to have the bad day that they might have had. We also don't want, we want it to have a pure intention. We want it to be zero sum. So we have a natural kind of placement here. So I'm, you know, my candle, my smudge, and I'm going to use Palo Santo here. Just, I'm still fighting something. I don't want too much smoke. And with Palo Santo, you want to let it get a good burn. So sorry for people in California. You got to watch me do this. So you want to have a decent burn to it, because what you actually want is the smoke attached to it. That's actually what you're smudging with. You're smudging with the smoke, not the flame. Simple time to blow it out there. And then I'm going to simply just smudge the deck. I'm going to set the intention that I want to be able to teach with this, that I want to be able to deliver good messages. And by the way, this is a good practice to do on the regular, whatever regular is to you. Put this guy over here. He's going to keep smoking. Smoke on the water. Smoke if you got him. You know, and of course, when it comes to smudging and clearing, you want to involve the elements, right? That's literally what you're doing. You're adding in the fire, obviously. You're adding in the air. You are also adding in the earth and the intention of the water for purification. So we've really got a little bit of everything going on there. And let's go do. Did you just say don't set the deck on fire? What kind of... Oh, is my sound gone? Am I back, guys? Tell me I got sound. I mean, it should be okay. Oh, that's why. Hold on. Are you kidding me? This is my microphone right now. How great is that? Is this better? I can't believe I'm doing this. Yeah. It's because yeah, this is where I'm going to go. I'm going to go to here. And I'm going to be talking into the microphone over here, right here, everybody. That's what's on. That's what I have to deal with. All right, guys. So let's do some shuffle up and heal. Sorry it took a little bit of time. By the way, they have a nice book in here. I usually don't spend too much time on the books, but they're always kind of good to have it there, right? Well, that's an interesting card right now. All right, we're going to keep rocking, right? The area that I'm living in, everybody wants me to move to them. I'm a hermit, guys. I'm a hermit that I travel all the time. All right, guys, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to shuffle up and heal. I need a volunteer. Who wants to be the first one to be read with this? I'm going to give you a hint. They're probably going to be a subscriber to the channel here, which, by the way, you're going to get a whole bunch of fun stuff here at the channel. You're going to start to learn some of the inside tricks of the trade. We're actually going to have a new podcaster. Yeah, new friend of ours, right? They're going to be diving in. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Look at that. Yes, B, you sound better. Well, listen, there you go, everybody. We're going to do this. We're going to do this the right way with Kathy. Kathy, how you doing, kiddo? Thanks so much for the heads up on things. I got your note the other day. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you. Here we go from the top, everybody. Let's make sure we're in the middle. Oh, we got the Fool card. Let's start out the right way. Let's start out on a journey. How did that happen? Oh, I'm starting to wonder if I had it mixed up or not. And then we've got the Six of Pentacles. This is interesting. This is about balancing time for you. This is about making sure that you got your act together. This is about making sure that your resources are good. A little bit of that hardened, natural, here we go again energy. I don't know where I'm going, but I sure know where I've been. Hanging on the promises and the songs of yesterday. But I made up my mind. Kathy, you're not wasting no more time. Here you go again. I love it. I love everything about this. Let's see what the answer and call is. So what this is really saying is the adventure of you balancing yourself is your destiny to it. You might be going through some tough lessons right now. You might be deciding how you want to do it. By the way, are you listening to David Coverdale right now? Rest in peace, John. Here we go. How about the Two of Swords? Something about the decision making that you've got to go through. This is stuff in your head. This is stuff that you're pulling out. This is stuff that makes you who you are. Why stop there? Then we've got the Eight of Swords. All right, we're in that part of the deck right now. Eight of Swords. This is about intuitively knowing you've got to get back into balance. This is going within. I love this combination. By the way, the 8 plus the 6 is, guess what? That's 14, which is a 5. This is a change within you. Where does the world bring you? Of course, to the Six of Pentacles. This is about a new adventure for you. This is about you deciding how you want to kind of project and promote, how you want to present the next step for yourself. You want to learn from the stuff from within. You've made some decisions. Maybe you had to cut some things out. Kind of unfortunate or fortunate because you're in control. I see you there, Janet. Yeah, let's rock and roll that. Kathy, little validation there. You said, wow. I don't know what that means yet, but we're going to pull out one of these awesome Starseed cards. These Starseed cards are pretty cool. I don't know if they're necessarily meant for a full spread, but listen, Andromeda Energy Adventure, say yes to change. Well, I can't make this stuff up. I can't make this stuff up. The work that I do is I work with people on their path. The things that are going to come through are going to be the people on your path, good, bad, or indifferent. When you talk about things of the future, know that you have free will. It's take it or leave it thing. But if I tell you you're going to win the lottery and you don't buy the ticket, that's not on me. That is my mantra. That is my opener. That is part of how I do this work. Kathy, thanks so much for joining us. You, Kathy, were the first read of the awesome Wild Reflections Tarot Deck by Weisspell. I love it. I love it. Right? Yes, I do read I don't read reversals on air. And there's a reason for it. I teach reversals, but you need to be at it for a while. There's a lot to it. And those of you that are in the weekly B know that I talk about the reversals and what goes into them. Right? So I do talk about that. The Gordon Lightfoot earworm. Oh, that was Whitesnake. If I wanted to go Gordon Lightfoot, I'd say, if you could read my mind well, what a thousand thoughts was till. Yeah, Kathy, thanks for the validation there. I appreciate it. And yeah, I saw the me. Look at that, Kathy. All you had to do was ask. So all you had to do was ask. I kind of like this. I kind of like the me. Janet, you can ask me. By the way, I love your Sagittarius Pisces there. What is that? Sagittarius Pisces rising. Love it. We're in the club. Fire and water together. How about we start with the Ace of Pentacles? I love the Ace of Pentacles. You know why? Because this is always a manufacturing of something from beyond. This is them kind of pulling it out of thin air sometimes. This is them kind of saying like, hey, you want more time? You want more abundance? You want more whatever? Work with us. Work with us. That's what they're saying. Oh, the Knight of Pentacles. This is the one that actually finishes. The Knight of Swords comes in hot. The Knight of Cups comes in kind of like a romantic. But the Knight of Pentacles. That's the pony that wins the race, is it not? Sure is. Sure is. And then the Ten of Cups. I can't. Listen. Payola is not allowed on YouTube, but you would think that you would have paid for these. Working with Beyond. Somebody coming in and saying, hey, here you go. Here's some cashola. Knight of Pentacles. Here's a strong, valid offer. Ten of Cups. How about a little happiness? How about a little how do you do? Are you kidding me? The Ace of Pentacles on the Ace of Pentacles. I could tell you're going to win the lottery, but if you don't buy the ticket, that's not on me. Okay. You got it. Janet, if there is ever in the history of ever when it comes to tarot and you get Ace of Pentacles on Ace on Pentacles, it's kind of like a do not pass go, do not collect $200. Go immediately to your closest scratch offs and go rub them. You're welcome. I love everything about this. Now the Lover's card. What on earth are you doing down there in Florida? Why is it that the charmer that you are, and by the way, Gemini energy, duality energy, choice energy, not just, are you getting hooked up here? Come on, Janet, over here. You're not 30-something in the back lot of the Piggly Wiggly, right? No, what you are is a strong, independent woman with the Knight of Pentacles. You want something real. The Lover's card comes up because you're choosing to open your energy the right way. I stand behind everything. And for once, you're going to be happy. And you're like, Brandon, why is the Judgment card there? Well, I know a little bit about my constituents over time, and the changes that they need are about their internal dialogue. Ten of Cups is a new ideal for you, and the Judgment is the 2.0 card. Guess what? It's not about judgment. It's about discernment. It's about changing your ways. It is about getting that lottery ticket. It is about taking that chance. It is about having a practical way about you to make those changes for your own happiness, and that's what's changed within you. I love my work. I love my work. I love what I do for a living. Why stop there? By the way, I'm really digging these cards. Activated Earth, by the way, which is Pentacles. In the ley line, trust where you're led. I can't make any of this up. Do you know what makes me good at this? Honestly, like what I'm going to say to you guys, I hope it helps every single one of you. You know why I'm good at this? I trust it. I'm not trying to control it. I'm just letting it roll out there. Janet, we love you here. We love you here at the mothership. Ace on Ace of Pentacle Love. I need a soundboard. I need to be able to say like, Zingo, you've won the lottery. Ching, 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 ching. I-69. I just want like weird shit you coming out of a sound box. Oh, Janet, I love it. Drinks on you. I will absolutely take a Green Goddess smoothie. You bought the ticket? Did you really? Janet, I love it. Canadians, Lotto Max is 30 million today. Oh, that's really good. All right, Phoenix, here we go. Lock and load there, kid. All right, what's going on with money? I don't know where these cards are going to lead us, right? This kind of is what it is. All right, we'll start over here. You want to be real? We're going to be real. King of Pentacles comes in. King of Pentacles comes up and just is like, okay, what are you doing with the money here? What are you doing with the money? Like, you got it. You got to be fiduciary about it. What a good time to do Tower card. You asked for a reading. I can't go changing stuff. I'm being authentic, right? And in the scheme of things, though, this is where it's going to be. This is about the hard work. All right. Here's the good news. And by the way, I just said I don't do reversals, but I like this tower. This is a long time coming for you. This is a change. This is a change about, it's not about the amount of money you make. It is about how you treat your money when you have it, right? And for me, I kind of bless it as I go. It's kind of a good thing, right? Oh, yeah, this is a conflict right here. 5 of Wands. This is you kind of like, you feel like you're battling for it. I think you're spending energy on the wrong things here, kid. Okay. Look at this. Look at this. We got the 9 of Swords. This is anxiety. You're worried about it. I get it. I understand it. I get it. 100%. You're worried about it. This has been a long change that's been coming. But this 8 of Pentacles is kind of a savior. It's kind of a savior because what that represents is you can work your way through this. Is it going to be work? Sure, but you're not afraid of that. You would not have the name Phoenix Night Rose if you were afraid of work. Am I right or am I right? Because here you go. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups. Every little thing is going to be all right now. I think what you're going to see here is the opportunity to kind of work your way through this again in a good way, right? And I think that you've got to kind of go about this from a standpoint of like, this is a behavior modification, honestly. This is a mindset. This is okay, I'm so worried about this. I have anxiety about what's coming. It's almost like you know it's coming. You haven't adjusted. It's kind of like if you add up all your bills at the end of the month, you're like, well, we can take we can rob Peter to pay Paul, because so much of finances are difficult because they're not static. I started to realize that like when I just paid bills twice a month, I had a better handle on my money. But if I paid it when it was due, it was like, whatever. Yeah, I'm not saying pay it late or pay it early or whatever, but I just figured out if I did things right at the first of the month and then right somewhere in the middle, then I would have a pretty good idea about how management would go. That was a change I had to make. And listen, I paid like one or two bills late. And by the way, the what do you call it? The power company can live without their money for a day. Like, it's not gonna go on your permanent record or anything. Just tell them to chill. Um, so maybe this is more of a modification, but there is happiness here. I think you like to work too. I think that you genuinely like what you do, which I know what you do. Doors are opening. You decide. There are rewards. Maybe this is a new role. Maybe this is something that'll elevate things, right? Every little thing. Linda just made me laugh. I have a lot of nerve bringing up that. Oh, I love it. I love it. So, yeah, I mean, I think the thing that so many people have in common, one of them is just, we rob Peter to pay Paul sometimes. That's just the way it is. That's what adulthood is sometimes, right? I think you're going to have a shift here. I think you might have an opportunity. I think you might have an alternative opportunity. Maybe this is a sidecar kind of job. Maybe this is something to kind of help you with it. But I think you're going to be okay. I think you're going to open up this, but it's going to be work. You can't just walk in and say, here's my paycheck. This is going to be something you're going to need to be engaged with. Listen, I'm pulling for you. You are very welcome. Always, always. Always, always. I know Peter and Paul very well, and they are very pissed at me. Who's Peter and Paul? Can we talk about this? Why is Peter and Paul pissed at you? Jim, hang in there, bud. I know Peter and Paul very well, and they are both very pissed. Wait, Peter, Paul, and Mary? Didn't one of them just die? Didn't Peter Yarsborough just die? My parents' wedding song was "Leaving on a Jet Plane," and I sang it to them for one of their wedding anniversaries. And I have two sisters, and I tried to convince my sisters to sing. And robbing Peter to pay Paul. Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. I just wanted to say all my bags are packed. Anyways, so I said to my sisters, we should all sing it. And they said, we're not singing with you. You'll make it about you. You should do the John Denver version. And I said, what are you talking about? It's Peter, Paul, and Mary. And they said, no, there's a John Denver version. And then I realized John Denver actually wrote the song. And that's why I always get writing credits. I'm going to go over here, Black Belt. I haven't forgotten about you. Don't you worry. Jim, I have a feeling these cards are for you, my friend. Lord of the Flies card right out of the gate. Jim, thanks again for the kind words behind the scenes. I appreciate you. 10 of, this is my mega deck. I grabbed the mega deck. Look at this. All right, so this is loosening it up. This is about you actually, whatever your internal conflict is, you're moving towards your centering. And then you feel like you're missing out. I have a feeling we're going to get some good cards here. Because here comes the King of Wands. This is you saying, whatever the conflict is, be the grown-up. Be the grown-up. Step into it. Use your wisdom. And by the way, this is travel. I don't know if you're sticking around. The Three of Wands is about taking the knowledge you have, taking the place that you're in and where you want to go. So this is planning. This is about walking into new places. Oh, yeah. And look at this, 4 of Wands. So 4 on 4. This is an 8. This is a manifesting. You know what this is? This is about saving up for a rainy day. That's what all of this is. This is about you saying, you know what? I struggled with it, but I had discipline. This is you saying, I want happiness, and now, and maybe it is travel. Maybe it is doing that thing you always wanted to do. Then you got the 4 of Cups, which is kind of like I feel like I'm missing out. And then the 4 of Swords is about timing. Those two cards together, though, are a very positive thing. It's an 8, it's manifestation, but it's also about the timing as to what you were missing out on, that now's the time to go and get it. I don't know where you're going. I don't know what's in the Mediterranean for you. And I want to say Malta. but I almost want to say like Italy, Greece. I don't know what the deal is. Spain. I get Spain. There's a lot of Spain here. Also, really liking these cards and their detail. One criticism I do have of it is this font. This font could be a little bit darker. Because for in terms of camera ready, like this one you can see great. This one's a little faded as it goes into it, right? What are you guys talking to each other again? I see you, Donna. Go, Jim, go. Yeah, definitely. This is deeply affirmative. Good. I'm glad. You don't have to share anything more than that. Let's grab one of our oracle cards. Oh, yeah. Star Ancestors, Hidden Secrets, Lost Wisdom. Look a little deeper. I don't know. Are you like chasing? I get a lot of Da Vinci Code with this stuff. I don't know if you want to go and St. Malachi. You feel really connected to what's going on in Catholic history. I don't even know if it's a Catholic church. And that's why Malta would show up, not just Penny. This isn't a Penny comment. This is more of my teacher Francis. Vatican City. Also with the ancient wisdom here, could be Egypt, could be Coptic. It's almost like you're trying to find the piece that's missing within. Like it's a puzzle that only you have. Right? Yeah, I don't like where St. Francis is, where Pope Francis is right now, quite frankly. But Our Lady of Victory, pray for us. Jim, thanks so much for all your comments, all your encouragement. Helps keep us going, my friend. I do appreciate you. Tonight might be money night, and Michelle, I saw you there. I saw a few more of you. Don't worry, we're doing a few more. I'll just give you the money. By the way, full disclosure, this has got a bunch of repeat decks. It's a couple of decks combined because I would use them for teaching. I grabbed it by accident, but that's what Spirit wanted me to do. And then we've also got the Page of Swords. So you're trying to change. You got a new idea on how to make money. You want to make some ultimate changes here. Okay, Michelle, good to see you. So sorry you missed the last one. I'm sure you went back and watched it. Oh, Queen of Wands. All right, so I'm gonna check her out. I'm gonna check the card out, and look at the Queen with some bowls. Take that for what it's worth, ladies. Don't make any rude comments about it. But what's missing out of this is the intuitive black cat part of it. I would love to have seen some sort of representation to that. I understand it's a bit niche to the Rider Waite, but she's badass. Then we have the Ace of Wands. Again, how it shuffles. I like this card a lot. The Ace of Wands is kind of like the growth of ideas, which is what the Ace of Wands represents. I like that a lot. And then, we have the Seven of Cups. All right, so this is about choices. Michelle, we always keep it on the up and up. So we're going to say these choices could be everything from going back to an old way of life to exploring and branching out. With the Strength card, this is about trusting your intuition to make the right decision. How do we do that? Rock and roll, lock and load, right? Rock and roll. I love that. I need money and balls. Tracy, could you just rename your YouTube Out of Context? I'm going to tell you why I like this, Michelle. Because you got the Six of Pentacles. This is about balancing your time, money, and effort. This is about taking your power, not being overzealous with it, but being firm in it, right? Then you have the Page of Swords, new idea, unmatured, uncultured, and then the Ace of Wands saying this is a whole new direction for you. Strength card is in that balance, and then the Seven of Cups is like, I've always had that option, I've just never taken it, right? I love it. Where are we at here? The soul, the memories, the gifts. You've done this before. So this is you unlocking and trusting what you got. That Strength card is a real trust card in this spot. It's trusting that you're going to jump into the right opportunity and the right frame of mind. So do enjoy it. Do enjoy your fucking balls. Oh, you guys. I can't even PG-13 you guys. I just can't. I don't know why I would or wouldn't do this. I am looking for somebody specific. Michelle, thanks so much for tuning in tonight. I do appreciate you as always. I do have somebody up here, and I think I'm going to go up here. Paul was a disciple. Yes, he was. Linda, I'm looking for your... I mean, come on, your zingers alone are worth it tonight. I do appreciate you. Because this line just gets you a read. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. If you don't get how I work yet, right? Oh, there's the Queen of Wands. Here's what we were talking about. Some badassery energy with this black cat come across my path. Oh. Well, Linda, be careful what you ask for, because you got the cougar combination. I'm just letting you know what we call it behind the scenes. It's all about timing. This is an age difference. Wow. Ladies, it's just us girls. Let's talk about this for a second. It's just us girls and Jim. You got a little pent up anger, don't you? And you're sitting there on Valentine's Day going, just look at me. By the way, do you have how many cats you got there, Linda? Right? Are you busting my chops for the Chuck E. Cheese thing? Because let me tell you something. I'm here to help Linda. For the next 10 minutes, I'm helping Linda. Right? Well, that cat is intuitive. The Queen of Wands is about her empowerment. The Sunflower is about making sure everything's going to be okay. The Devil card, it's not mischievous necessarily, but it is the ties that bind. It is being able to say, like, you know what? I'm captured by this. Maybe it's you being in a relationship and now it's time with the Four of Wands to say, that's it, I got to go. Well, here's the Page of Wands along with the Queen of Wands. Did I just not say this is an age difference? It could be right here. What are we doing here? Linda, I kind of need a little bit of a confessional here from you. Was he bagging your groceries, was he? What are we doing? And then we have the Knight of Cups. Got the Page of Wands, the Knight of Cups. Do you carry the phone book around? Is that what you do? And then you got the Ten of Wands. This is about culmination of your wisdom. Yeah, it's a little bit of a burden, but don't make too many obligations. Don't make too many promises. Promises you can't keep, promises you don't want to keep. Right? There is a lot of this, right? Yeah, you're not really picking up what I'm putting down there if you're talking about cats. So, you got a lumberjack. You got a very serious spiritual mystical. And then you've got somebody else bringing their wand. I just read the cards. But this is about making sure that you stay within your power. You work through it with new ideas. That might include new people. And then it's the right timing for you to be unburdened about what's going on here. We're a cosmic ancestor. Seed the light by staying grounded. Of course I would pull out a card that mentions seed. Well, there you have it. While the rest of you guys are playing the lottery, she's going down to the Trader Joe's and then taking home more than the bags. Linda, I don't know. I'm impressed. Thanks for watching. I mean, you're welcome. I should have a tip jar for that one. Right? Flowers, chocolate. Linda does like bad boys, just to kind of let you know. And listen, none of this is judging. Holy. Singles awareness day. Well, there you go. Listen, we bind together, we bound together. Did she leave? Linda, did you leave? You haven't commented in a while. I understand if you did. Thanks? Question mark. I don't know. All I know is that somebody would have sat there and went like, oh, that's me. That's fantastic. I'm glad you have a sense of humor about it. I'm glad you're still here. Let's have a good time with it. I love you guys. I'm trying to support it with your son right now. Okay, so Linda, understanding that your son is an important part to this, having that timing plus the 10 of wands with this is you uplifting that. You've got the burden of this. This is a temporary thing. It's a timing thing, right? And that devil card was actually about you being burdened with your son. And by the way, when I say burden, I'm not saying you wouldn't have loved another, like it's 100% the positive burden, right? Here's the thing with it though. With the 4 of wands and the 10 of, or with the 4 of swords along with the 10 of wands, it's actually a release of the burden. It's like it's showing a timing for it. You're in it right now. Let's check back in a month or so and see where we lead it to. Okay. Everything's temporary with that. You use the word survival and I'm triggered with it. And I don't want to leave you with the idea that it's negative, right? By the way, you're a hell of a mom. Thank you, Hinda. I will not cut my hair right away. Yeah, it grows in there for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, my chat is like pure gold. Right? Hey, Pauline, I got a couple of cards for you. How you doing? Congratulations on your latest cover work. For those of you that don't know, Edmonton houses one of the top world models. I mean, it's AI generated, but she's fantastic. Hey, Elizabeth, I see you, hun. Page of Pentacles. Oh. Higher ground. So, you know what this is? This is you situationally moving into a spot where you're using new tools, and it might feel a little different to you, but you're getting the higher ground. I love that. We're using our new deck. And by the way, guys, those of you that are just tuning in, this is the Wild Reflections deck. This is actually the first deck to the Tarot of the Month card club. The Chariot, fast moving. This is about money kind of coming in and self-love and that sort of thing. It's a manifestation. We've got the Hierophant here. Hopefully we broke this deck up enough. But the Page of Pentacles with the Hierophant it's something that's really necessary. It's a necessary change. It's a necessary new way to look at it. Maybe with money, maybe with whatever. And then 7 of Wands along with the Page of Swords. I love this too. And by the way, I love how they use arrows intermittently throughout this deck as well. The quiver, if you will. Isn't it funny when I say the word quiver? Anyways, the 7 of Wands along with the Page of Swords. To me, this is just a new way to deal with an old problem and you're taking the higher ground. It's applied knowledge is what it is, Pauline. It's applied knowledge. I love it. And then we have the karmatic relationships. 1 energy, polarity, growth, and conflict. Well, okay. You know, you do have the, you know, in the 7 of Wands right here, it's taking the higher ground, right? I like the little deck with the painted looking drawings. Yeah. Yeah, so do I. I do enjoy it. And again, the only knock that I really have with this is that the font, they could have done something to raise the font a little bit. You know, I love it. We have our first person. This is wonderful. Thank you, guys. Not only for tuning in, but then also for subscribing. You guys are going to love this. Love it. All right, couple more here. Couple more. And by the way, have you noticed that my numbers have gone down? Like for people that are jumping in. Oh, don't talk about my Tessie like that, Hinda. So I had a Maine Coon once. Her name was Tesla, and her brother's name was Talus. Yes, for the 80s metal bands. And Tesla, better known as Tessie, was a Maine Coon, and she had my heart from day one. She was everything to me. She would absolutely roll into me every chance she got. You're welcome, Pauline. Thanks so much for tuning in. And if you're going to bring up a Maine Coon cat, you're going to get a rating. Oh, Julie R did too. Well, then we're gonna do a double back. Remember when I told you these are a bunch of cards, a bunch of decks together? Here we go. King of Wands, King of Pentacles. We got the 7, and then we've got the 7 of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands. This is about you figuring out how much more effort you're going to put into something. Because the King of Pentacles is that you're vested. The 7 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles is that it's growing, and then the 2 of Swords is really kind of about whether or not you're going to continue on with this, right? Glitter picture. Ooh, the Devil card. Yeah, you might be burdened to this. Maybe this is like an investment to something. Then you have the Hangman. This is a different way of looking at it. Maybe you think, all right, so here's a dichotomy of the 7 of Pentacles. It always looks like it's growing, but you never pick it, right? So maybe you're looking at it differently. Instead of saying, oh my gosh, this is, this is awesome all the time, we're showing growth, you're starting to see that it's also stagnant maybe. 2 of Pentacles, or 2 of Cups on top of the 2 of Swords. First of all, love this picture. Love that. Love that 2 of Cups. You're going to make a decision for yourself. The 2 on 2 is a 4. Seems to be a thing. Seems to be a thing. Wow. Wow. These are some cool cards, man. Again, this is the first deck in the Jelly of the Month Club. I mean, the Tarot of the Month Club. Baby steps, action, follow your intuition before making some sense. I like this a lot because you're clearly in a spot where you're either the bankroll or you're the one that somebody's relying on you for. You think you're seeing growth, but you also have to look at it the other way as a Hangman. And then you have to make a tough decision, but it's going to be done out of love. Tough love. We had a foster friend stay with us for a long time, and then we eventually saw no more growth, and we had to say, sorry, you got to get out there. 23 years old, you should be able to kind of manage this. And if you're going to make choices like with, spending your paycheck on drugs instead of rent, we're going to kick you out and you're going to have to pay rent somewhere else. Right? Yeah, Jim, it's interesting because it's deceptively a good card because you see the growth, but you never quite get to the point of saying, yeah, I'm going to pluck my crop. In other words, it's kind of like an in-motion thing. You manifest it, but should you manifest it? Should it kind of grow into that? And the Hangman, I think, kind of exposes it for what it is. So, Handa, thanks so much. Thanks so much. And I want to say hi to my Julie friend here. Julie, can you comment or something along? Hey, Paula, how are you? Yeah, Debbie, I am a big fan of Maine Coon counts. I think you're talking about the cat. But Julie, let's talk about you. Let's turn over some cards. How about the Knight of Swords? Come crashing in. Swinging that sword wherever. We're going to conquer everything. Oh, Wheel of Fortune. Here seems to be some frustration. By the way, the King of Swords, the Knight of Swords, in the Wheel of Fortune is actually the Aquarian card. So we got a lot of Aquarius energy here, right here. Oh, then we got the Death card. Hello, Scorpio. So basically, on either side of this, you're dealing with the duality of the seasons. You're dealing with not only, so the Knight of Swords is about Aquarian energy. The Death card is about Scorpio energy. This is about the change. This is forcing change. This is inevitable change. This is ultimate change. So you're in process right now, Julie, and I'm okay to say that for you. I really, truly am. I think that is A++ for you. 100%. You got it, Hinder. Thanks so much for saying hi. And we're going to go with the Six of Wands. Oh, talk about higher ground. You're going to do it the right way, aren't you? Here's Julie. And then we're going to get Temperance. Okay, so this is kind of like a relax. Everybody chill. Temperance also implies a little bit of getting your arms around anything that was hindering you, making you unbalanced. Oh, and the Death card with the Empress. Oh, gosh, I love this. So, Julie, there's a little bit of ego death here. You have 4 major arcana here. You have the Knight of Swords. You have the Six of Wands. That is how you operate. You operate in a way to say, like, okay, I need to think something differently, but I want to do it the right way. The Wheel of Fortune is whatever situation I'm going to be in, I'm going to keep a cool head about it with the Temperance card. And then the change in the Death card along with the Empress is I'm going to fix my fucking crown and walk through this fire and do it myself. How we doing, kids? Would you say that's accurate, Julie? Would you say that that's got some shred of love and difference? Well, she said, wow, everybody. Here's what you need to remember. You need to keep a physical connection in a community. We're here for you. You are not alone. Julie, close your mouth a little bit. How you feeling, girlfriend? How you doing? You are welcome. Yeah, listen, sometimes you got to buck up, Pony. Sometimes you just got to go that route. You know, there's some readers that will talk about how much the major arcana is like, wow, you know, the major arcana is really the cards that move and whatever. It is about action. But it's also about the big picture, too. My Conscious Becoming class right now is actually working on a project where we take a look at the macro and the micro of teachings of various spiritual leaders. Good. Walk through the fire, Julie. Just stay off OnlyFans. Just word of advice. Never ends well. Just doesn't. But in that class, what people are discovering is that the big things are actually the small things, and the small things are actually the big things. And they feed one another and eventually kind of help you become who you're supposed to be through the understanding and application. You have to be able to do in order to talk about the big stuff, right? I had to adopt kids. I have to do readings. I have to show up in order to help people and help me understand where my purpose is, right? Well, Kat, it's not necessarily religious comparative, but it's not far. You know, when you take Simon Sinek and Pema Chodron and, you know, Joe Dispenza, Dolores Cannon. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, Julie. Yeah, thank you. You're welcome. Just some friendly advice. I have to throw that in there. Sometimes when people get the 7 of Cups, they think, OnlyFans? And then I say, no. All right, we're going to do one more here, everybody, and then we're going to do a great big one. Tracy, you were in first. How you doing, kiddo? Knight of Cups, like you deserve. Like you deserve the Knight of Cups. By the way, this is the antagonistic reading of the night. And then we have the 7 of Cups. What did I just say about OnlyFans and 7 of Cups? I don't know. Maybe I read people for a living. Then we've got the Knight of Wands along with the Lizard King right there. Oh, I love this. So what this is really kind of saying is that You're understanding new ways to be in charge of yourself. That's what this really is. This is not, let's get our head out of the gutter. What this does, though, is you're saying, you know what? I understand the basis of who I want to be in terms of like what I care about, but it's not always sustainable. So you look for different ways for the self-care, for exploration and understanding of yourself. It could be as simple as like loving rock shows, but taking in a jazz show so you just hear different music, right? Hearing a quartet play your favorite love songs, whatever, right? And then you have the King of Wands coming in, which is a surety of like, this is the action. You're helping these become more permanent for yourself. And of course, I drop a card. See you later. No. How about the Emperor? So this is about a surety of yourself. This is about understanding who you are. Oh, come on. Whose birthday is this? Yours or mine? The 9 of Cups comes out. An abundance of care and love. This is you figuring it out and figuring it out the right way. I'm sorry, but having your person matters to you. It's kind of a big deal, right? Why not do this the right way? Right? And then you got the Page of Cups on the other side of this. You still see the youthful, a lot of cups here. Holy Toledo. Are you a water sign there, Tracy? I should be able to remember all of this stuff, right? Yeah, of course you are. But you're kind of that cagey Scorpion, aren't you? You're Scorpio. You're Scorpio. You got to be. Are you saying indeed to you being a Scorpio? But listen, though, this is really good for you in terms of like you being sure of who you are. You know, and as much as you're quippy and as much as you're kind of fun with it, you're fire. Well, you like to boil water. Then lifting the veil, questioning everything. Everything unaligned must go, of course, because what you're doing here with all of this cup play is that you're actually working with a lot of dynamic and dialogue of what you've had around you. And by the way, as we go into Pisces season, and of course tomorrow's Pisces, guys. Tomorrow's Pisces. Of course, we get nothing but Pisces cards. Of course, we get nothing but water here. 8 of Cups. Lost. Get rid of the stuff that doesn't work for you. Right? Get ready to elevate. It's that coach that makes it to the NFC playoffs 3 years in a row, but doesn't get to the championship game, doesn't get to the Super Bowl. Right? It's an elevation. You're just, and you know, as you go into Pisces season, every Aries is looking at themselves going, what's good for me? What's good in the hood? Why am I doing it this way? Right? That's what it's really about. Yeah. What? There we go. Hold on a second. I'm sorry, but I probably had to sound a little weird right now. Ugh, this is such a nightmare. Can you hear me? Yeah, I think you guys can hear me. Anyways, it's making everything really go a little crazy. I'm going to sign off. Thanks so much, guys, for being a part of things. If you want to get this deck, sign up for the Tarot of the Month Club. It is $36.90. That includes shipping. That makes everything kind of come to you. I got stuff here in the shop that I'm going to throw into the bag every time we send one out. You're going to get tchotchke shit. You're going to get all sorts of fun stuff. Most importantly, you're going to get to hang out with me. Talk about tarot behind the scenes, ask questions, grow it. Love it for what it's worth, right? The sound is way better. Yeah, I should have changed that there. A lot of validation. That's awesome. Pisces is my home. You're good. Thank you, Keurig. Stargazer, good to see you again. Catch up with you later. Thanks, guys, so much for being part of my journey. Elizabeth, good to see you too. Hard taps. Reminding you guys to love and care for one another. Let's get ready for Pisces season. Keep going. Keep going.